you talked about ups and downs and fleeting successes and stuff like that in this line. You must have been very young when your mom had this huge success and she was this big movie star. She was always a big movie star, but this, like she had that cult following and things like that, and Kashmir Ki Kali, and this is absolute gorgeous lady, and did all that. But you led a sheltered life. They kept you away from seeing that success. But you saw the ups and downs in your brother's career.
Yes.
You saw him rise and then fall and then rise again.
Yes.
Again reinvented himself, from the chocolate boy to later. So when you saw him go through that, what was his support structure at that time? Was it family, or was he strong enough to take that back, down and up?
I think he's certainly seen lots of ups and downs. But having said that, I've also seen that, ups and downs are relative for people. He had professional successes and failures, films that were hits and then not. But I've always seen him as somebody people have been excited to work with, somebody who people have said, oh, Saif is a very versatile actor. And, it may not be the biggest budget film, but somebody's always been very excited to work with him. So I feel like, there were no real downs. I genuinely feel that, I've seen lots of people who've had downs. So I think that his were normal ups and downs, and he's still, doing remarkably well. And, he is financially, commercially, personally in a good place.
No, from doing those dancing boy, ole ole kind of
movies. And then to become Langra Tyagi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He kept reinventing.
And to do Sacred Games.
Yeah, Sacred Games. So, it kept changing, and he realized this has shelf life for so long.
Yes.
I'm going to redo and I'm going to do this. I'm presuming that's what he did. And he completely changed when he did Langra Tyagi.
Yes.
And then he came Sacred Games.
Yes.
And so one expects him to keep doing something like that. You don't expect that linear thing with him.
No, I think that he is versatile and he is able to do a number of things. And we all enjoyed him as Langra Tyagi also because it's always exciting to play a villain. And then he has these beautiful, very expressive eyes that are very, you kind of feel for the villain.
Both of you.
Well, yeah, thank you. So I think that that's lovely when you can bring an element of grey, and everybody is grey in the world. So when you bring an element of grey and you sympathize and you empathize with, even a quote unquote evil character, then, you're adding layers to that performance. So I think that he will always, given opportunities that are exciting, of course, opportunities, then he will want to do this, that, and the other.
Because he's so urban, and clearly, city bred, educated, speaks English fluently, and then to take him and put him in a rustic environment and speak in that rustic manner, I didn't expect it.
No.
And when he did perform well, it came as a fabulous surprise.
Yes.
And that's what you want.
And he worked so hard, he was learning those lines. He was saying those dialogues, I think a month before the film. Okay. And I think he understood it's going to be a challenge. And I think he was up to the challenge.
And you taking a break from 7 years?
I don't know. I think probably about 6-7 years for the big screen. We did some stuff on OTT in the middle. And then, of course, when Inaya was born, I took a nice long.
Sahib, Bibi or Gangster
3
is the one that one last saw you on the big screen.
I think there was Ghayal 2 with Sunny Deol after that. And then there's one that we've shot in last year, at the end of last year, which hopefully will release this year, which will...
Okay.
Again, the idea is for it to be on the big screen. We did Chori 2, which was a movie, but it was an Amazon film.
Okay, but why the slow pace?
The slow pace is for the main reason is that, for a while I found it difficult to leave the house when I became a parent. But that was about 8 years ago. I feel like to leave home and to leave Inaya in her formative years, I wanted it to be worthwhile. And I was also 38 when I had her. And I felt like this is the time when I'm very happy to be a hands-on parent. And, she's my only child. So I'm very happy to give it quite a lot of focus. And I've become a little obsessive about lots of things in my life and people. So I was happy to do that.
Did Kunal tell you that it's time to get back to work?
No, Kunal will never tell me that it's time to get back to work. He probably said, maybe you should spend some more time with me and less time with just her.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.